for a creator that is offering high ticket productized services around something they're an expert in. It could be actually being a creative and delivering assets. It might be websites, videos, graphic design. It could be expertise. So they could be a consultant that comes in and helps a business change the way they operationalize and build out systems. Or it could just be coaching. It could be very effective at driving individuals or teams to get a particular result and lead to a measurable or a tangible ROI on business metrics that matter to them. So top of funnel content for me is going to look like, really everything relating to how do you get seen and how do you get visible with your expertise? Like, are you on the right platform? Are you positioned in a particular way? How are you creating content that speaks to and then draws interest from those that may be interested in working with you? My middle of funnel, or MOFA as I'm calling it, this is really like, how do you nurture that relationship? You might consider it like a sales journey, but I cannot consider it like building a relationship. So from the very outset, you're not asking someone to marry you from the start. You're warming them up, getting to know you, getting to understand them as much as they're getting to understand you. And you're just taking them through all those steps before they might consider working with you. Now, you need to remember, we're not coming from a world of desperation, because every single person you might interact with or that might see your content isn't an ideal match. So you also want to use this process to screen. And that's why you might notice we start with a very, very wide-legged, opened, big flammer on the top, which is your opening, the top of the funnel. And then we reduce. There's always going to be spill off and people that come out. And as everyone goes through this process, you're going to be vetting for those that are self-selecting, raising their hand, and that you're also starting to recognize might have a really potential, a great match and a great relationship long-term. Once they've gone through this vetting process, you vetted them, they vetted you, you get to know each other, you've moved beyond your second, third, fourth date, your small talk. Then at your bottom of funnel, it's deciding, well, do they want to take the next best step with you, and what does that look like? Is the offer that you actually have going to help them get the result or get them to their dream island? This is my palm tree. I don't have green markers, but that's going to be it. So if they're in a world of pain and money is the exchange, right? The fair exchange that they provide in exchange for your offer, that is your transformation, your process, your secret sauce or herbs and spices that gets them to the place that they want to be. That's really what the bottom of funnel is all about. So I hope that really is a great visual representation of how I just consider like building the relationship out. I know that the funnel probably gets overthrown, and there's modern innovations. People want to throw out the word flywheel, funnel. At the end of the day, this is doing work with other people. So I don't care. Humans have not evolved in the thousands of years from the need to develop a sense of trust with an individual. And whether you build trust through ads, through organic content, through sales calls, whatever your modality is, at the end of the day, this is just a visual representation of how to build relationships, which is why if you can build relationships well offline, or you study the principles of how to do it, Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People, 48 Laws of Power, Robert Greene, all the great books out there that show you how to do it. If you have a fundamental of those principles, when you just bolt them into any modality online, it doesn't matter if it's SEO or websites or ads, as I said before, you're going to succeed. Okay, so that's really the principle of it. You get to choose your own adventure based on your strengths and your preferences and what you value. Some people don't like doing one-to-one sales calls. Some people, deliver best one-to-many. Some people hate the idea of posting organic content. So whatever it is, you just figure it out. That's fine. That's what it is. You plug in the principles of whatever gets someone from starting to recognize who you are. You need to get eyeballs on you. You need to figure out where people are. Secondly, you need to figure out how do you then nurture that relationship. You're not jumping from first date to marriage or first date to honeymoon. You're slowly taking that step out, and you need to consciously think, how is someone going to be experiencing this relationship in its early stages until eventually someone's warmed up. You can do it at scale. You can do it at one-to-one. You just need to understand where you are at in your journey. All right. Hope that helps. Any comments, leave them in the questions below, and I'll see you on the next one, my friend. Peace.